that workers were treated poorly and that people were poor and landlords were bad and so forth. And some of the things they said were probably true. And then some of the things probably weren't. But when I got into the meeting, they were extremely aggressive and were extreme. I mean, I was sort of like a spy sitting in the meeting. Somebody like me that wore a suit at work and had a stable income and probably lived relatively well compared to them would have been seen as the enemy. I was kind of the spy, because I certainly did not join in with them. I never had anything to do with them after going to that one meeting. I was rather shocked at that meeting. I had met a guy at work who we were working downtown at Newark at Public Service Electric and Gas in a building which has now been remodeled. The building is right next to Penn Station in downtown Newark, if you remember that area. And I had met a guy who was working for the user, and he had gotten interested in, and he was not radical either, but he had gotten interested in this group for whatever personal reason. So I went because he had mentioned it, and just on my own time. And I was rather shocked at what I heard when I went to it, how radical it was, and how determined they were to make war on people who had more than they did. And they were very much into redistributing and taking things away and giving it to other people. It was very much like, raiding Terra and going with the wind or something, that's one of the things gone with, if you're going to ban talking about white supremacy on YouTube, would you ban Gone with the Wind? Because, that's a parable. Scarlett O'Hara is the perfect example of white privilege, right? It's war, there's not going to be any war. And what she has is taken away from her by force for revolutionary reasons. And she has to live, she has to rebuild her life from scratch, and she does. And so that's why she's the heroine. But she has what the world she inherited taken away from her. So she's put to the ultimate moral test, and she succeeds. Then she loses love. What she doesn't get is love. As you remember how the movie ends.
Yeah.
And I think the movie, that movie in the